Hey everyone, welcome to another series of Let's Talk AI, here with AIwithFizzy. Now, I want to kind of walk you through a different angle today, which is using AI as a beginner. So on this channel, I value AI. You can probably see it in the name, AIwithFizzy. But it's more than just a channel, it's pretty much running you through how AI is affecting the world today and how you should be using AI to probably maximize either yourself through a personal standpoint or even through a work standpoint as well. So I'm gonna give you through like a beginner's tutorial edition, if you want to say it like that, where how to use AI and which AI tools can I use today to kind of better maximize not only my personal gain, but also in work, in business, or in leisure. Stay tuned, you're gonna like this one. I'll kind of run you through how to use AI. Let's first of all have a little quick definition of AI. So AI stands for artificial intelligence. AI can be used, AI isn't just simply ChatGPT. I've heard that a lot. I speak about AI with a fair few people and the first thing they come to me is, oh, ChatGPT. I'm like, it's not as simple as that. And it's even much more simpler once you actually get to the roots of AI. AI comes in different forms. You can think of AI supporting in writing and research, in business tasks, in content creation, in helping you write, in pretty much anything. Even for content creators, there's many AI tools out there that helps content creators create better content. So think of AI as like a universal language that taps into everything around the world. Everything around you has some element of artificial intelligence. If you have a car, your car has some type of artificial intelligence. Even in your own home. If you have a smart TV, it has some type of artificial intelligence built in. So AI, in a nutshell, was pretty much everywhere. And you can use it and leverage it to your needs because the AI tools that's been brandished out into the market is free and fit for human purpose. It's there to kind of help and support with human lifestyle and pretty much help get rid of all those menial tasks that we kind of see or kind of menial things that we may not understand. It helps break it down in a certain way that, again, the human can interact with. I see AI as a universal personal assistant. I use AI as my own personal assistant. Personally me, I leverage tools, not just ChatGPT, there's Gemini, I've used Grok, I've used Canva AI, I've used many various variations of AI to kind of become my personal assistant. And I'm trying to, on this video, give you insights into how you can leverage AI as a beginner so it can help you in anything that you want it to do. So let's get stuck in. So like I said before, think of AI as your new digital assistant. It's not to replace you, but to make you faster, smarter, and more creative. I mentioned things before like content creation, learning, business tasks, writing and research. AI covers pretty much anything you can think of. And the new wave of AI has opened the floodgates and the market so that you can actually find the right AI that's tailored to your needs. I would have to caveat here, not all AI is good. Not all AI out there is good. Some are quite terrible. Some are fit for purpose. Some have limitations. But most of them are fit for purpose. For example, I use ChatGPT to help me with video outlines. So videos like you see today, I asked ChatGPT to kind of give me a summary view of this is what I want to talk about. Can you help me refine the video so then it becomes more tailor-made for my audience? I give it prompts such as, this is my audience in terms of age. This is the audience that I want to tap into in terms of knowledge. This is my audience I want to tap into in terms of demographic, in terms of background, etc., etc. But what it does is it saves me many, many hours where it will take me a lot of time to figure out which video should I use in my videos, what kind of content or what kind of thumbnail should I be using in my videos. Of course, like I said before, AI can get it wrong, but what it can do, it saves me amount of hours into mere minutes. But I still need to add a human touch. So here you can see an example of me leveraging ChatGPT to kind of give it a prompt to then give me a video outline for this particular video that you're seeing today, which is Let's Talk AI with Fizzy, Beginner's Guide. I'll show you a little snippet of ChatGPT, and ChatGPT is not the only tool out there, but I prefer ChatGPT because it's more generative responses. Gemini I kind of use to kind of help and support me with when it comes to like coding and things like that, because I feel it has more nuances to understand certain coding languages as opposed to ChatGPT. Both are very strong tools, but I just leverage them a different way. So think of it as I have a personal assistant to help me with my content creation, but also have a personal assistant that helps me to ensure that my line of code, when I'm building AI tools for clients, that I'm actually doing it correctly, making sure that I'm debugging it correctly as well. And then I have another AI tool, which I call it my thumbnail tool, which is Canva AI. So I'm trying to say here is that as a beginner, you can get influx into so much AI tools, but the most important thing is understanding the right tools for you. And the good news is that pretty much all of these tools that I currently use are free. They have free versions and they have paid versions. But the free versions are literally all what you need to get started to understanding how AI works. So in my next kind of snapshot, I want to show you a tutorial of how to get started with AI. And I want to use Gemini as an example. And in Gemini, I'm just going to give it a few prompts, and I want to show you kind of how to leverage the best responses from AI and how to not basically get dud responses from AI. The one thing you want to do is, and the caveat here, AI can get things wrong, especially with how you interact with it. So it's really important that when you are communicating with AI, you're giving it as much information that it needs so it generates a much answer that you require. Trust me, I've learned the hard way with this one before. But yeah, check out this snapshot. Let's jump into how you can start right now. Well, number one is picking your AI assistant. Now, I'm not going to bore you with the tens and hundreds of AI assistant tools that you probably come across, you've probably seen before. There's two main key players in this, and that's OpenAI ChatGPT and Google's Gemini. I would always say start off with either or, because again, it's very user-friendly and it's great for beginners who just wants to understand how to use AI. So here, I'm going to start off with Gemini. Firstly, you'd want to create a free account. And once you create a free account, literally, you're straight in. And you can start with, small prompts. So, for example, hey, I'm new to AI. Can you show me 3 ways you can help me today? Bang. You'll get examples in seconds. And that's your personal AI onboarding. Let's get it a bit more juicier. So let's talk about examples like, write me a professional email to my manager regarding bang, does it again, very few seconds. We can also go a bit further. We can use things like summarize this article in 3 key points. So here I've just taken a quick article from a reportable site that talks about cars. If you don't know, I love cars. And basically what I've done is copy and paste a section of the article. It's pretty much too long for me to read, and I prefer TLDR. So for me, I'd rather just have 3 key points that I could just take from this large text, rather than me reading through, 5 minutes, 10 minutes of this article. Predominantly just give me the 3 clear points that I need, and it does it very well. Well, let's say, you want to get into content creation. Let's say you want to be into YouTube. Well, you can even tell AI to give you some ideas around certain trends. For example, let's talk about tech. You can ask Gemini to give you some ideas around tech trends, for example. And it'll give you ideas, and then you can leverage those ideas in your YouTube series, similar to what I'm doing today. Or another example is if you're looking into your fitness and your regime. You can actually ask AI to build or create a workout plan for beginners. And as you can see here, it's done so. It's giving me a plan that I can execute in my next gym session. So here you can see just the fair few prompts that I've used in Gemini, right? And the one thing I like to do is I like to compare responses between Gemini and ChatGPT. But in your case, start off with just one tool. And then as you start to become more familiarized with how the responses it gives you based on your prompts, then you can start playing around with other tools and figure out, all right, this kind of generative AI gives me this particular response as opposed to this. And you can juggle the two in terms of which one do you prefer, which one do you like to use. And it goes back to my earlier point where I said for generative tasks, I'd rather use ChatGPT. When it comes to more coding, algorithm, and more logic, I'd rather use Gemini. But as you become more familiarized and as you become more of a pro in prompts and messaging, in leveraging either ChatGPT or Gemini or Grok, whatever AI assistant tool you use, you start to see the responses that you get. And through that, you start to see the benefits of having an AI to kind of guide and aid you, whether it's workout plans, whether it's to send out an email to a friend, to your boss, even to give you some ideas. You want to be a business person, you may ask, your AI tool, what are the 5 key characteristics to starting a business? What books can I read to start a business? What books can I read on finance, for example? And it'll give you those answers and those prompts that you need. I'm going to show you in the next snapshot in terms of leverage in other AI tools for different use cases. So for example, if you're into content and you're not the best at design, similar to myself. I am not great at art. I'm never fond of being an artist, but we can leverage AI to kind of build art for us, as well as giving us ideas in which we can prompt to another AI tool to help us build. So what I mean by that is, we can leverage ChatGPT or Gemini to give us an idea for a thumbnail, take that information, put it into a tool like Canva, and Canva has its own AI tool that can pretty much create the image for you based on your prompts. So that could be done in literally less than a minute, 2 minutes. That saves massive amount of hours and speeds up the process. So let's check it out. So let's talk about leveraging different various AI tools. And I'm going to talk about visually here. So as I mentioned before, you've got Canva AI, which is very good. You can give it prompts in terms of how or what kind of picture or thumbnail you're looking to do. And here's an example of me leveraging Canva AI to kind of create a thumbnail for me based on music. You've also got things like for notes, you could use Notion AI. It helps summarize your week or create to-do list. I definitely am a fan of Notion AI. Sometimes I need more of an assistant in organization, and Notion AI helps and support with that. This is not a paid ad, by the way. I do not get paid at all to mention Notion AI. But also you can see things like Microsoft Copilot. It's another good tool. It's a tool that's been widely used from large organizations. And if you're a fan of Football Fantasy League, you'll probably see Microsoft Copilot in there. Or if you watch football in the UK, you see the little Copilot widget down on the bottom screen. That means it's collecting data. So it all depends on you, really. I mean, we all have different lifestyles. We all have different things that we're busy with. You may not need a visualization AI. You may just want to start off with an assistant AI. The good news is you have an abundance of tools to pick from. ChatGPT, Gemini. Or if you're into visualization, there's Canva, which I highly recommend. Very easy and intuitive. Or if you just want better organization, you've got Notion AI. If you want to understand data a lot more, Microsoft Copilot. So as a beginner, what I would suggest you do is pick one assistant that you think will help you today. And I would encourage you to pick an assistant that is actually an assistant. So think of ChatGPT or Gemini. Pick out of the two and stick with it, play around with it, sign up and go give it different various prompts and see how it interacts with you. And then you can think about, all right, I'm having quite a busy kind of period in the month. I need time to organize. Then you could try and leverage another AI tool like Notion AI. And that will literally help you organize your day based on your calendar. And then you've got, tools like design. If you're into design and you're into being creative, leverage AI. AI is not here to replace you as a human, it's just here to make your life a lot easier. And it may unlock certain things that you probably didn't think of, especially as a creator. I'm not a creator, and me leveraging, visualization AI tools, it's helped me unlock certain things. Okay, yeah, I would like certain things look that way. I would like the thumbnail to look like this, or I like this backdrop of a color. I would like this kind of person to be there, or make me look a bit more bold, etc. So, and then you can start moving over to other AI tools. But as a beginner, always start off with an assistant-based tool, and that's ChatGPT and OpenAI, and then start to work your way up to the other tools. If you want more questions, or if you have any questions actually, or you want to have more information in terms of, hey, Fizzy, I'm starting to use AI and this is what I currently do, but please feel free to reach down at the comments below or send me an Instagram on AIwithFizzy, and I'm more than happy to help in terms of giving you the right track and the right process, leveraging AI. But let's talk about when AI can get it wrong. And this is really, really important. And it's based on the prompts that you send it. Let's check out a few examples here. Very quick warning, most people use AI wrong. And I mean most people. I'm one of them. I used to use it wrong nearly all the time. But here's the best way to not waste time. So number one mistake is asking vague questions. Instead of writing something about, write Okay, so mistake number one, asking vague questions. Here you can see, I said, write me something about marketing. Here you see the response. However, when I say write 150 word intro about why AI is changing digital marketing in 2025, this looks a lot more better. The information looks a lot more crisp and it's a lot more detailed, meaning it's captured the point. Mistake number two, copying AI outputs word for word. Now, it's easy to ask AI to build something or build an email template for you or build anything for you in terms of a message out to, I don't know, your manager or boss or friend. But you need to always add that human touch. If you just copy and paste, I guarantee you it can go wrong. So what needs... Mistake number 2, copying AI outputs word for word. I highly discourage this. You need to add a human touch to anything you're sending out coming out of AI. I would always encourage you to screen read, proofread the responses. The last thing you want is AI literally be in your mouth and talking for you, because then it's not you. And people are very quick to see whether things are AI or things have a human touch to it. And lastly is thinking AI is always right. AI can get things very good and sounds very confident, but it also could be wrong. We've got to remember here, how is it giving us this data? How is it giving us this information? Well, everything is all done through historical data. That's what the LLMs are for. So historical data doesn't always mean correct data. So you've got to be extra careful when thinking AI is always right. And good thing is, down below, ChatGPT does mention that it can make mistakes. They always do. So look out for that, and yes, use AI responsibly. Okay, now let's go into how to actually get better at using AI. Well, use AI daily, even for the small stuff. Create your own prompts. Stay curious. And it's true. Stay curious. Use your own prompts. Always use it, even for the smaller things. You know, however how small it is, continue to use it. I've always been the person that you always learn by doing. And I think that's probably the programmer in me, which is just like, I don't like to look at things. I like to do it myself and be very hands-on. But I would encourage you to do the same. Don't feel as if, you know, you're going to tap something and it's going to give you something outlandish. It's a learning curve. AI is built on prompts, and you get better at prompting it to give you the best response. So I'll always encourage you to always use AI and stay curious. So quickly, what are the pros and the cons there? So as a beginner, you start to see how your time is being pretty much given back to you, especially if you're overthinking stuff or you're trying to get a task done and you just haven't got the right formulas or things like that. You can prompt AI to help and support you. Those 30 minutes to an hour it takes you to get something done now gets done in 10 to 15 minutes. That saves you time. And then you got to think of things like it boosts creativity and productivity for yourself. You know, there's certain things that you can have time to become more productive with. You can become more creative. If AI's prompt you and giving you an ideas to create something, take that and add your own touch to it. Many industries are using it right now, from the music industry to even content creation. And then certain things like the pros there. So there's always going to be the privacy and data concerns. That is never going to go away. But I know ChatGPT and Gemini are rigorous in the data that it collects. Last one is loss of originality. Sometimes AI is great, but it just doesn't sound like you. And this is why I say having a human touch is really important. If you're sending out that email to your friend or to your boss, they can quickly figure out if it's AI or not, based on how you normally talk to them to how you've responded to them. So I would always encourage you, yes, leverage AI, but use it as a guidance tool and always add your own human touch. So that was a quick guide into leveraging AI. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions around how to start AI, please feel free to reach out to me via the comments or on Instagram on AIwithFizzy. And I'll be more than happy to help you, support you, get you more familiarized with AI. And we can even do demo together in terms of how to leverage AI in your workplace or with your lifestyle. There's various AI things or tools that can help and support you, is what I like to say. So if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, stay living with AI. It's been AIwithFizzy, and peace.